Okay. Uh, Welcome everyone. So, uh, okay, you're welcome to this free course by Thrivehood titled Six P's for Self and Purpose Discovery and Establishing a Successful Career, Business, Profession, or Institution from It, hosted by Thrivehood under the New School program series. Now, the major issue, which is a major burden of concern in my heart, is that many people have something within them they want to express, a uniqueness, a unique talent, a dream that they have conceived in their heart, a kind of life that they imagine they want to live. Do you understand? Where they enjoy satisfaction, of love, of peace, of honor, and everything that makes life fulfilling, rewarding, and meaningful. So, but then it feels like some people are confused about how to actually navigate to get there. Some people feel they have lost their way. Some people feel trapped, caged in a fix. And sometimes um, they could be in predicaments that might not have even been their fault, might be something that maybe they inherited from their parents or something someone did and they are suffering for it, or it could even be what they caused themselves. The sad thing is that when people are in this situation of unhappiness or frustration or whatever it is because they're unable to actualize their deepest heart desires and dreams about the kind of life they've always desired and imagined. It has a ripple effect in the larger society because this frustration can make them to start indulging in so many kind of vices and being hostile and many things that you cannot imagine, even to their children and to their relations. So we are intending to address this. So, but then, beyond everything that we itemize as the problems that people are going through, the frustrations or whatever, and then maybe they are poor, that's financial challenges, maybe medical challenges, maybe relational challenges, maybe inability to get a job, maybe you want to get something better, you want to transition to a better job, you want love, romance, you want to move out of a particular place, whatever it is that you are trying to achieve, but you feel and you are struggling so much and yet you are not getting it. Now, the main problem behind the problem is what we are trying to address. So, man's miseries basically stems from his distorted view of reality. Yes, so just like our foundational uh, quote says that reality is what it is with inexhaustible value, but it rewards or gives to people individually. People experience reality differently, individually, according to how they perceive it and how they are aligned to it. So, the misery or frustration of inability to access or to get whatever it is that will make your life meaningful or better or more satisfying is as a result of a wrong view of the reality you are dealing with. What you think reality is does not correspond to what it is, and you are letting what you think it is to direct you, to guide you on how to deal with reality. But you forget that reality is sovereign over all inhabitants. So it is only the one who opens up his mind to really understand it as it is and align his soul to it. Only that person will be able to access, or will reality open, do you understand, be benevolent with his rewarding values, which this person will now use to enjoy or create the kind of life that he lives, of course, which is in limitless quantity. So, ideally, what we're about in Thrivehood, starting with this training, is that we want to help you to understand the reality and the universe in its accurate and true form. We want to help you to also understand who you are in your accurate and true form. We want to also help you to understand other factors, other elements, other people that you coexist with and have to deal or interact with in the pursuit of the values upon which your survival and happiness depends on, so that you can know how well to deal with them. And then, most importantly, to now properly align, position, and arrange yourself well in this system so that you can interact profitably, so that you can achieve your aspiration. So anything that is a challenge is as a result of not understanding how the universe is framed, the system works, and the fundamental laws that determines the outcome and controls activities. Do you understand? You don't understand your own self, and then you don't even understand other people of which you need to deal with, so that you can also access from them, or you can work with them with reference to creating what you want. So all these things are the fundamental problems of which we as a community, we as a brand, we as an organization are out to help to provide the solution. Okay.
Stop blaming reality. Start learning its language, and everything changes. We're taught to fight life, not read it. So we wrestle with frustration. So we wrestle with pain. So we wrestle with that hollow feeling that nothing we do lines up with what we want. The truth, reality is sovereign. It is abundant, ready to give if your mind is tuned to it. Most of our struggle comes from seeing reality wrong. Wrong lens, wrong moves, repeated failure. Change the lens, and the world opens. Align your soul and thoughts with how things actually are, and chaos dissolves into a steady stream of value, opportunity, resources, meaning. That alignment isn't magic, it's education. A different kind of education. One that rebuilds the individual from the roots, values, convictions, and the thinking that runs your life. We call this the philosophy of system. It rewires perception so you stop pushing against reality and start flowing with it. Imagine a tribe, a nation even, where people are taught to see clearly, where institutions reflect efficient, aligned individuals. No scarcity mindset, no needless conflict, just access to abundance and the tools to become more than you are. Thrivehood is that platform, the curriculum, the environment, the network, to realign your mind with reality and unlock endless possibilities. Ready to stop fighting and start thriving. Join the shift. Reality's been waiting.
So basically, we've created the platform Thrivehood to help model what we call an ideal society where individual satisfaction, social harmony, and economic prosperity prevails because the individuals, their mindset, the ruling culture, uh, and the institutions that are forming the pillars of the society are run, are guided, are regulated following the ideas, the principles of this philosophy called the philosophy of system. So as we proceed on, you will get to learn more about this. But for the course of this free training, what we want to achieve basically is that I want to help you to gain freedom and enjoy the satisfaction, wealth, honor, and happiness that you greatly desire by guiding you on the path that enables you to freely express your potentials and passion. They are the most profitable and enjoyable mediums, and deal with any form of barrier or obstruction that has been hindering you from achieving that goal. Show you how this can have an impact on social and economic development and the progress of families, institutions, and society. So it's not just about you being able to break free and achieve your personal ambition, but I'm going to show you through this how you will be able to contribute and correspondence, you understand, to your families, to your relationship, to everyone around, even the greater society, just by following what you are going to be taught. So in this training, uh, we designed it with the intention of helping you to identify your niche or your value space or the career or business that is most suitable for you. Number two, to determine what you should study or the right training program so that you don't waste your time and resources. Uh, Also, to help you gain better understanding and orientation of what education is and why our current educational system has failed, not only in Nigeria, everywhere across the world, and how it ought to be, and why what we are providing for you on Thrivehood is massive and going to radically transform your life and your destiny. And then we are also going to show you how to uh identify how best you perform and the role that help express your strengths, and of course minimize the impact or help you effectively manage your weaknesses. Then most importantly, understand this philosophy of system, the impact or its relevance in educational development and how it can help you as an individual to achieve success and happiness and of course the dreams that you have always conceived in your heart. Okay, so if this looks like you or what you are facing, then this training is definitely for you. So you feel any form of stagnancy or limitation in your career in business or your job or ministry, then just sit tight, this for you. Number two, you have a problem identifying or trying to assemble the right team that will ease you a lot of stress and help accelerate your growth of your business or whatever it is, a project or what you want to embark on, and you can't do it alone. So, but you keep attracting the wrong set of people. So you want to end errors in choices of job, of courses that you want to study, or relationship that is causing you unnecessary delay or setbacks and wasting your time, energy, and money. This training is for you. you feel confused about how to plan a career transition, you probably have realized that you are not where you're supposed to be. You feel unfulfilled. You feel unrest about your job. You you know you are not supposed to be here, but then you don't know how to move or even the right or perfect career that is supposed to give you that fulfillment or satisfaction. So this training is for you. Okay, or you have a problem of maintaining focus on a central purpose, handling distraction or multiple interests or talents. Now you probably have different talent, different ideas, different interests, and you might have said, okay, this is the one you want to focus on. The moment you set off to want to start it, another one will come to your mind, another one will come to your mind, and is a form of distraction. And so you are struggling with focusing on one thing and following it through to the end. This is for you. Then you have problem of handling overwhelming various business and responsibilities that are unrelated to purpose, causing uh maximize benefit of channeling all energy on that purpose. So you probably have many other responsibilities. Let me say you are a family woman or a family man, and you have a 9 to 5 that you have to do to survive, and there's so much responsibilities. There are many, many other things that are not in alignment with your purpose or the life that you want to achieve, and it is what you need to do because probably you need to pay bills or you need to handle it, so that if you don't pay attention to it, if anything goes wrong there, it will still cause you an issue. So you are trying to see how you can juggle all these things, and it's overwhelming. This training is for you. Now, I have a special offer at the end of this training, so I would implore that you calm down and be patient and follow through to the end, please. Okay, so the UN some time ago, because of their concern about the world, do you understand, contemporary human society and many failings in different aspects, although it's actually worse in Africa, but then it's actually a global something that UNO is calling on individuals, calling on institutions, calling everybody to put hands together to help us to create a better world. So they came up with these sustainable development goals. The idea is to, you understand, to categorize the different challenges that are facing, that are common, you understand, to all people across the world, and then so that people can choose the ones that they are going to focus on addressing, such that once everybody or different institutions are able to cover up all these things in a matter of time, we believe the problem of the world will be sorted out. So we have no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequality, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate action, life below water, life on land, peace, justice, and strong institutions, and finally, partnerships for the goals. So they call this sustainable development goals. The idea is that once all these things are addressed, the problem we identified earlier, the frustrations and the pains and the thing, whatever it is that is making people not to really be satisfied or enjoy their life to the fullest, will be completely eliminated. So basically, your work is going to fill the larger part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you will know when you find it. And congratulations. I want to guarantee you on this journey, this course, this platform that you came in contact with, you will not recover from the satisfaction, the joy that you will begin to experience, both from the beginning of your journey to finding it, which will help you to chart a path to finding it, and during the time when you begin to function in that path, in that job, in that work, which is great work, through which you begin to attract everything that will make your life meaningful, fulfilling, and really, really impactful and satisfying. So basically, this is an analysis of happiness charts across the globe, trying to measure different countries and their percentage of happiness and what defines or what they consider as what makes them happy. For some people, it's about health and physical well being. For some people, it's their living condition. For some people, it's feeling that their life has meaning. Sure, you understand? There are many, many of all this. So, but then if you remember, there's a model or an experiment, a psychologist, I don't know if it's Sigmund Freud, about the theory of motivation. He categorized humans at different levels of motivation, of which there's what we call the physiological needs, and then you have the safety needs, the self-esteem needs, think maybe social, and then the self-actualization. So it's possible that at the beginning somebody may be unhappy because he has not been able to meet his physiological needs, which is the need for, you understand, food, clothing, water, and maybe decent accommodation. But as soon as that one is solved, he's still not satisfied. There's still more that he wants. So, sure, you understand. So, at every level, you understand, when it seems somebody have achieved one thing, he'll still needs another thing. But then, in the course of what we are going to be doing, you don't really need to reach the peak, you understand, to begin to enjoy the fullness of happiness, of satisfaction, of fulfillment that comes with living meaningfully and successfully and impactfully because of you walking in the right path, operating in the right path. So, which is what we are trying to bring you into. So, happiness, prosperity, relevance, which people seek after, is tied to their purpose. And then, of course, purpose, you work towards it, you dedicate, you devote your time to working, which is what you can call, just like we talked about, great work. Great work. So it's tied to purpose and how rightly they are positioned to pursue careers and roles that enable them to fulfill that purpose. So basically, your happiness and everything you think is the source of your happiness, whether is respect from people, whether is gaining money, whether is recognition, promotions, love, do you understand? Whatever it is ahead that you seek is tied to a ultimate core purpose, which a job or career or a profession that through its daily routine activities enables you to fulfill this purpose or draws you closer every day to its actualization is where you can find it, is where it lies. So that's why we discuss the 6 P elements that help people to discover purpose and build institutions, business, and career out of it, which will give them relevance, happiness, and prosperity. Okay, 6 P's. So it means that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 P's that determines the self and purpose discovery that will help you to discover yourself and your purpose, and of course align yourself properly in the right career path that helps you to uh, actualize it, and of course gain the reward that you are looking out for. Every of the value, the wealth, the relevance, the success, the love, and everything that you think that will give your life meaning or satisfaction from it. So number one of those P's is principles and philosophy. Now, you need to understand that the world, this universe that we exist in, has inexhaustible value, and it is available for everyone. But there is an established pattern of how life functions, which determines how to connect and let these values that are in abundance and inexhaustible quantity flow from the eternal realm through to this physical reality, available to you so that you can connect and you'll be able to access it and use it to create or and use it to fuel, you understand, your life towards creating or obtaining the values that makes you to be able to enjoy life, be satisfied, be fulfilled, and create the kind of life that you always desired. So, but then philosophy helps you to develop a correct view that makes you to understand the underlying patterns and the principles that regulates, that governs, that determines and controls the activities of people and elements or everything that is in existence, and alters the outcome, influences the outcome. So this philosophy gives you like a roadmap, a comprehensive view about this whole universe, understanding its patterns, understanding the fundamental laws that governs its operation, understand your place, the different function as in segments, and where you should fit in. Now, what is this philosophy? Basically, primarily in the concise and comprehensive details, it says this philosophy, the philosophy of system or systemism, is an ideology that the universe, which emanated from and is powered by divinity, functions as a system, and it is endowed with inexhaustible value to reward eternal happiness, relevance, prosperity, and long life to all living beings as the ultimate goal, when each person lives in line with his unique nature and function in his designated role or place in the system, allowing it to determine his involvement or degree of involvement in activities and interaction with other entities in his pursuit for happiness or actualization of his goals and dreams. So, what am I saying in essence? The first P, we are trying to tell you that life, reality, has a definite way it is. It is objective, independent of what you think or what you feel So, but the frustration, just like we mentioned, many people go through is because they don't understand the way the world is framed, the way it operates, the way it is designed, and the fundamental laws that are regulating uh, people's activities and the outcome of their life, of which the major tool that can help you to be able to see reality as it is and deal with it exactly as it is, so that you can be able to be properly aligned and get the best of the inexhaustible value that it has, is the philosophy of system, which is what we just explained now. So you need to put that in mind. Number 2P that you need when you have successfully understood uh, life, reality, the universe you live in as a system, and be able to understand where you fit in, or the arrangement, the order of how things are supposed to be placed, and how they are interconnected and interdependent in their functionality and operation. The next thing that you need to consider is place. Place. You need, when we talk about place, we are talking about the environment, which constitutes the association, the resources, the atmosphere of inspiration and support that you get to develop into the right person. Now, this is very critical. So, the right environment, you need to find and be in the right environment. Is just like a seed. Do you understand? The seed needs the soil. The soil is the right environment where it can access nutrients in the ground. And even when it is growing, it will access the oxygen. It will access the climate, it will access the sunlight, it will even be open to the right kind of insects, yes, that will pollinate it for reproduction and many things like that. So, but if you identify yourself as a particular kind of seed and you know the right kind of soil that will enable you to grow, but you don't sow yourself or plant yourself there, you see that you will struggle. So that is how it is as we, as human beings, as a person. You have your dreams, you have your goals, you have what it is that will make your life meaningful. You don't start from there. Before you talk about what you want to get, you need to identify where you ought to be. Do you understand? So you need to be at the right place where you can be nurtured, where you can be fed, where you can get all the values upon which your survival, your preservation, your growth, and your optimal functionality depends on. So these are what constitute the right environment. So the right environment helps to preserve your unique value and nature. The right environment helps to protect you. The right environment nurtures and feeds you. Do you understand? The right environment uh, helps you to function at your best. The right environment brings you in contact with the support and the people that would be of use to working with you or collaborating with you to achieve that's your dream. So environment, that's place. You need to place yourself in the right place that will nurture you to become the right person. Number 3, very important. So when we are talking about the right person, you need to understand your personality. So your personality is as a result of your unique value, personality, developing or evolving from your raw state into the image of your ideal self or the best version of yourself, defining and following the right values, that's like a bridge between the raw state and the ideal state. The values determine what things your present state needs to grow into your ideal self, and the things to avoid because they are not suitable for your personality. So, just like I said, you see yourself as a seed, you see yourself as in a raw state. For you to be able to grow into the fullness of your being, which is capable and mature enough to interact or to deal with other elements or other inhabitants and even directly with reality, to obtain the values upon which your satisfaction, your happiness, your fulfillment, and everything that you need depends on. You need to identify what you are at the moment. So it's actually a journey, but based on scientific discovery, psychologists have defined people's personality into four basic temperaments. So these temperaments will be like a foundation to help you to understand who you are, your strengths and your weaknesses, your abilities and your allergies, and then based on this, create what we call your value system or your value code. So this value system recognizes who you are and helps you to create a kind of principles that should guide how you live in order to protect you as you are, in order to nurture you as you are, in order to identify the kind of people or opportunities that are that will enable or that is good for you, because some opportunities are not for you, but you can't know this when you don't know who you are. Do you understand? So we have four basic temperaments, and then let me say, like, we have the choleric. So the choleric, they say, is the ruling dominant type, and what they use to describe him is fire. And you know what fire is? Fire is blazing. They are the dominant people. They like to take charge, they like to take control and all that. So if you understand who you are as choleric, you need to know the kind of things or the values that helps you to be your best, to perform your best, to leverage your strength. Then you know the things that will expose or make your weaknesses to to cause havoc, and then you escape it. So those values supposed to guide you, protect you from your weaknesses, and helps you to maximize your strength basically. So if you are defining your values, you develop values which are the principles that should guide your life, so that it will protect you from the dangers of your weaknesses and helps you to take full advantage of your strength. So just look at the strengths and the weaknesses of each of them. If you are the social type, which is the sanguine, you know your strengths and your weaknesses, then you develop the kind of values. Same thing with phlegmatic and melancholic. So let us show an example of what we call values. So like now, the choleric is the one that is in red, using him as an example. So based on his strengths and his weaknesses, he needs loyalty. So for him to function, for him to grow into the fullness, for you to get the best out of him, you understand, you need to give him loyalty. You need to put him in an environment where people are loyal to him, where he can be able to exercise control, where he is appreciated, and where he is given credit for his work. There are many other values. So as an individual, you need to observe yourself. What kind of environment does my best
come out is amplified. So you outline it, you know that those are your values, then you consciously either create an environment where all these values are, or you find a place. Remember I talked about place. So the right place has the values and the resources that your personality needs to be preserved. So, but then you need to know who you are. So, if you don't know that you are a fish, how will you know that you're supposed to be in water, which is the place? If you don't know that you are a seed, how would you know you are supposed to be inside the soil? And depending on the kind of seed, if you are a rice seed, how will you know that you are supposed to be in a swampy place instead of in a rocky ground? Do you get? So depending on your personality, who you are, that will determine the best place for you to go and stay or plant yourself. So very, very important. You need to put this in mind. This is the third P that should guide you in your path towards self and purpose discovery and actualization, and building a successful career or business around it. So this, in more detailed format, is still personality. Each of them, the ones up are the introverts, which are more like the melancholics and the phlegmatics. So inside the up one, so we have the sensing introvert and the intuitive introvert. The intuitive introvert side are more of the melancholic. The sensing introverts are more of the phlegmatic. So, but inside phlegmatic, we have different types of phlegmatic. So this one helps to, as in, trace it down, do you understand, more to who you are specifically, because the idea of making impact or purpose is that you understand who you are distinctively. You track yourself down to the last thing that makes you unique and different from every other person on earth. Just like we have DNA, just like we have the palm of your finger or fingerprints, that they say that no two people on earth have the same fingerprint. So the same thing with your own value. You need to follow personality assessment as a roadmap to journey into yourself, to now discover that unique thing that is making you different from every other people on earth. Then hold on to it. That is where we are going to amplify. Okay, now the next thing is proficiency. Proficiency is the art and the science of developing mastery in the use of your talents, your abilities, your potential to solve problems for people repeatedly, every time, anytime, anywhere. Having a system or an established process how you apply your knowledge, your idea, your talent, or your uniqueness in helping people solve their problems. So this is talking about mastery. So you now have the right philosophy that helps you to understand the view, you understand, of the world, comprehensive view of the world. You know where you're supposed to be, the right place that provides the kind of environments, the values, and everything that your personality needs for the strengths to grow and be strengthened, and help to manage your weaknesses effectively. Then you must now know what to do, the kind of activities that you must engage in, so that those your advantages, those your strengths that are linked or tied to your personality can become a skill. It can become a gift. You can now be able to use it to create marketable or products of commercial value. You can be able to convert it into a form that is recognizable.
not just having raw talents. So you must know and engage in activities. You'll be identify, okay, I have singing activities. I need to go to singing school. I have